Anything? The people, yeah. And we're going to talk about them a little bit more. What would you miss about the church? Because this goes on your refrigerator as well. When you tear off the bulletin, the prayer list, what I want you to think about. The reason I'm giving you these is I want you to think about them for the next couple of weeks, because this evangelism series is going to last for about another 6 weeks. As Jesus calls his disciples and they follow him and they start making decisions about what it means to be a follower of Jesus Christ, we're going to take the same steps along with them. Jesus is not calling disciples today. He's showing us the model for sharing faith. He's showing us the model right now for for relationship building. Come and see. So how do we comfortably ask? And here's the problem. We do this on social media pretty well, like and share. And we're not bad about doing that. We have a difficult time telling others about our faith, much less sharing it with someone who we don't know. We're scared to death somebody's going to think something that we're weird because we're Christians, because we have a deep faith. And my faith has sustained me when I was going through. And my life has not always been perfect. Let me tell you about the time that I almost lost it. We can't. Those times where we want to really, really share our faith, instead, we're more apt to go on Facebook and like and share. Same thing, right? No. No, we have not engaged with another human being when we do this. We've engaged with a artificial intelligence called a smartphone. That's one of the problems that we got. Which of your current friends would not be your friends? We had a Sunday school class in there this morning. What would you do without them? Does it matter? Your UMW, your choir friend. You wouldn't have them anymore. Is that a good thing? No, it's not. It's a terrible thing to even think about. How would you spend your time differently? Well, wouldn't that be great? You don't have to go to church. We can take up golf. No, we already play golf. Okay, we can take up something else that we do on Sunday morning. It wouldn't matter. Or any other time, or Wednesdays, or whatever. Because I know that there are people that are so committed to this church, I see them every day. I see them every day. But how would you spend your time differently? And what do you do because you're a Christian that makes you happy? Where's your joy? How do you find your joy? Christian joy. What makes you happy just because you have a faith in God and you know that you're redeemed? What makes you happy? Do you show it? Are you able to express that? Do people see in the grocery store line that you're a Christian? Do you make them wonder what you're up to? Then we should do that. He's got that stupid smile on his face all the time. What's up with that? He must be up to something. I know he is. No, his heart is full. He's happy to be alive. Little stuff doesn't get to him. Talked to somebody this morning that's had more than one that's having health issues and whatever. Happy to be here. Just happy to be here. He wrote my sermon for me. What religious activities would you do without? Did we go over that one? No. What religious activities? See, I like this one here because I got to do that one. Yeah, that was the first one I did. Weddings, funerals. Had one yesterday. It was glorious, by the way. Yeah, but what would you do without? What religious, what kinds of things would you say, religious activities, would you just, no thanks, I don't want to participate. Sacraments? No? Communion? Wish we didn't do that all the time. Renew our baptismal covenant, I really didn't like that. Yeah, what would we do? Yeah. I love it but when you talk to me, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Do you wish you still had all that money you've given away? Yeah. We think about that, because church needs finances and all of that kind of stuff, and we do all kinds of things with it. We pay bills, we buy stuff, and we put signs on the end of buildings and things like that. And sometimes we wonder, why are we doing all that? We've changed bulletins, but does any of that help us in our outreach? Does any of that benefit us? And so we have a committee that tries to rein all that in so that we do things, so that we allow you to give your money and feel comfortable about it, that we're going to spend it wisely and on things that make sense. That make sense. That shows that we have a good Christian witness. The stewardship's not easy. That we think that we'll put money in the offering plate and it just magically goes this way and does what it does. Actually, there's people that pray over this, that pray that we use the church's resources wisely. It's a big deal. These are conversations that when people ask you about your faith and why does your faith do you some good, so what if you didn't go to church? How would your life be different? All those kinds of things, you're ready because you've thought about it and you understand it and it's made sense to you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Because if you're here and you don't want to be, there's something really wrong this morning. Yeah. You're here because you want to be here, because you're uplifted when you come here. The Holy Spirit's here. God's here. Anything can happen here. That's why we're here. Have there been experiences you would hate to have missed? Experiencing God's grace in worship, times that you've cared for hurting people. This is the one that gets me because I think this is a big part of evangelism right here. And I see this all the time in the church because somebody in this congregation is hurting at any given moment of any given day. They need somebody to sit with them, pray with them, be with them, hold their hand, cry with them, laugh with them. This is why the church, this is what Christ said when he said, come and see. Come and see. And he's going to tell John later on when John asked him, are you sure that we follow rightly? Blind see, the lame are healed. Those who are oppressed are set free. Go tell John that. One last one, and it's really, if you were not a Christian, would your life be less interesting? Only you can answer that. Less interesting. Are you interesting because you're a Christian? Another way to say it. Or are you boring because you're a Christian? No, I'm not answering that. What I am asking is, how does being a Christian affect every aspect of your living, of your being, of your person, of your day-to-day, of your meals? See, sometimes we get so upset, this is why that I kind of rant and rail a little bit against some of the social media things that's going on. Because I don't understand it from time to time. Because, that part of the problem is that we don't take our Christianity seriously as we should. Sometimes we want to blame others for the fact of the way things is. Like we took her out of school. That's okay. That's okay. You want to rant against that, that's fine. Well, why aren't they praying at home? I get that. I get that they took it out of school. But why didn't they, what stopped at home? Too much sharing and liking? Like and share? Right? There are reasons, if we would sit down and start teaching our kids, we wouldn't have to worry about whether they prayed in school or not. What about our own self? Do we stop and give thanks before each meal? Are we worried about who's sitting around us that's not going to like that? I hope not. And the fact that I can't do this, or I'm sorry, I'd love to go golfing with you, but I got this meeting at church. See, that's evangelism is what that is. That's a witness. You see how that works? Oh, there's something different about him. as we think about ways to step into the community and beat the community, the last thing we want to do is beat people over the head with the Bible and tell them what they have to do. They have to buy into your brand of Christianity. It's a proposal. It's a contract. But what about if you start showing them your life, expose your life to them so that they can have a better way to make a choice? Because they look at you and say, are you worth emulating? Come and see. Should I come and see what you're bought into? The answer should be yes. The way that we live our lives, because evangelism is not a job description, it's a way of life. So when we start living our Christian faith in ways that are purposeful, meaningful, beneficial, well, now you're an evangelist. Go tell your story. Share it with somebody and let them tell you their story. Thanks be to God.